Okay, gentlemen, good morning. Baruchim Abayim. Be'ezrat Hashem, today we are going to be learning the fifth Mishnah of Masechet Bava Metzia. We have a sponsor for the entire Masechet Bava Metzia. We are sponsored by the Sedagadfar family for the complete and speedy refuah shlema of Miriam Bat Moluk. May Hashem send her a complete and speedy refuah b'toch shan cholei Yisrael tizkul mitzvot to the Sedagadfar family for sponsoring the entire Masechet Bava Metzia. May it be a zechut for them and their entire family. Chazakim Ruchim. Says the Mishnah, Metziat beno ubito haktanim. When a person finds a lost object, and we keep on saying that there are rules about which lost objects you're allowed to keep and which lost objects you're not allowed to keep, but let's say it's the kind of lost object that you are allowed to keep, and a person's son or daughter finds that lost object. To whom does that lost object belong? Says the Mishnah that Metziat beno bito aktanim, that the lost object that the person, son or daughter finds, will belong to him. Metziat beno ubito haktanim is number one. Metziat avdo v'shivchato akna'anim. Also, the person had a slave, an eved, or a maidservant, a female maidservant that is a Knaani maidservant, meaning that this is somebody that is a goy that was purchased on the slave market. There are also Jewish slaves, by the way, but this was a goy who was purchased on the slave market, who, by the way, has a status of a Jew, like a Jewish woman. So the halakha says that if they find something, they find a lost object, so then the halakha is that it goes to the master. Metziat ishto, when a person's wife finds a lost object, then again the halakha is harei elo shelo, that the lost object belongs to the person, to the head of the household. Now let's examine this rule in the Rabbi Ovadia Bar Tenura. First of all, with regards to children, haktanim, says Rabbi Ovadia Bar Tenura, kol shesomech al shulchan aviv, any person who is even if he's older, but he lives at home. In other words, you could have a bar mitzvah boy who halachically is an adult, but he lives at home. He relies on his father's home for his support. So then, karile katan, we call that person a child. Umitziato, whatever he finds leaviv, it'll go to the father. So he finds, let's say, $500 in the street. The halacha is that it belongs to the father. Why is this? Explains Rabbi Ovadia Bar Tenura, mishum eva, because of the idea that the father will be upset if he's supporting his son the whole time and his family, and he's providing for them. The very least they can do is if they find something to give it to him. That's the way he might feel, and the rabbis established for him that whatever they find goes to the dad. Ve'habat, and when it's a daughter, says Rabbi Ovadia Bar Tenura, ben ktana ben nara, whether she's young, whether she's old. Nara, by the way, means until 12 and a half years old. Until she's 12 and a half, whatever she finds goes to the father. So still the halakha says, Metziata le'avia, da Torah zichta kol shvach niurea le'avia. The Torah says that anything that she produces, any income she brings, anything that she brings to the table until 12 and a half belongs to her father. It's a pasuk in the Torah. And so too, avdo v'shivchato akna'anim, when a person has a non-Jewish slave that the person basically converts into a Jew, almost like, so the halakha says, Shari gufan kanuilo, the body of that slave is we're not familiar with such a concept, but it's considered to be the property of the owner. That a person can even bequeath it to his offspring after he passes away. And of course, and last but not least, the Mishnah says in the first part, Metziat ishto, when a person when a person's wife finds something, so then says Rabbi Avadi Bartanura, but Rabbanan takinu le mishum eva, that the person's wife who finds something, technically it will belong to the husband when she finds that object. And again, the reason being that, the husband is the one who's supposed to be supporting, providing, etc. He'll be upset if what she finds doesn't go to him. So that's the reason the rabbis established that for the person who, for the person that his wife finds something. Now, on the other hand, says the Mishnah, Metziat beno ubito hagdolim. If, let's say, a person's son or daughter who is older than 12 and a half, they find something and they don't live at home, they're not dependent upon the father. Says the Mishnah, Metziat avdo v'shivchato ha'ivrim. If a person has a Jewish slave, meaning somebody who, let's say, God forbid, he was caught stealing and he didn't have enough money to pay back whatever it was that he stole, and then the Beit Din sold him into slavery in order to pay back the person that he stole from. So then the halakha says if that guy finds money in the street or whatever it is, something that he can keep, so then the halakha will be that he can keep it for himself. And so too, Metziat ishto shegersha, if a person got divorced from his wife, so then when she finds something, it's hers. Afal pi shelo natan ktubata, even though he has not yet paid off her ktubah. Every woman that gets married, the husband has to give her a ktubah, which is a document saying that in the event of divorce, God forbid, or in the event of death, and the guy has an estate, she will receive X amount of money from his estate. And even though he has not yet fully paid off the ktubah, and there's still some level of attachment there between the husband and wife because he still owes her money, it's not considered that she's his wife. And if she finds something, she gets to keep it, says the Mishnah, Harei elu shelahen. In all these cases, this is going to belong to the person who finds it, because the son and daughter are older. They don't live by the parents. They are not relying on the parents. When a woman is already 12 and a half years old, a girl that's 12 and a half years old, she already is considered to be out of the jurisdiction of her father. For example, when a woman is 12 years old, a girl 12 years old, her father can still get her engaged to someone. If, let's say, a person were to come and say, listen, I'm interested in being engaged to your daughter, and the dad accepts the money of the kiddushin, she will be engaged. And that lasts all the way up until 12 and a half years old. So the same halakha over here. When the girl is already 12 and a half years old, she's not under the jurisdiction of the father anymore. And therefore, she is, when she finds something, it will belong to her. Okay, guys, that's today's Mishnah. Chazakim u'bruchim. If we have any questions, be happy to take them now.
Chazak Baruch, Rabbi.
Okay, Chazakim u'bruchim. Any other questions, gentlemen? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, have a wonderful day. Tizku le'mitzvot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.